Hey guys, this is Mule, and this is the One Small Favour quest guide. To start the quest, you must have completed the Sheila Village quest, a Druidic Ritual, and Rune Mysteries. You must also have 18 Herbal, 36 Agility, 30 Smithing, and 25 Crafting. These are the items required for the quest. If you don't want to keep them all in your inventory and you want space for like some energy potions and some food, you can keep all the items except for the steel bars, iron bars, bronze bars, chisels, and hammer in the bank. And you can come and get them later at the Sears Bank or Catherby Bank once you make the herbal tea for the Gnome Glider. You can start the quest by speaking to Yanni Salika in the antique shop in Sheila Village. He will ask you to do the small favour of getting him some mahogany from a jungle forester. To save some time, head to the fishing shop across the bridge and go upstairs and buy a Lady of the Waves ticket for 25 GP. Exit the village and speak to a jungle forester who will ask you to sharpen the axe in return for the mahogany. Head west down to Captain Shanks's ship and talk to him about getting the axe sharpened. He will tell you that he doesn't do favours and you have to talk to Brian in the axe shop in Port Sarin. Take his ship using the ticket you bought. Talk to Brian about sharpening the axe. He will tell you he needs a character witness and you should speak to Aggie the Witch. Talk to Aggie in Draenor. She will agree to be your character witness if you rescue Jimmy the Chisel. Head east down the trapdoor into the Ham Members' hideout. Once you're in, head southeast, open the doors and choose to speak to the prisoner. Now you have to find Johannes and talk to him about making a deal to release Jimmy. He will agree to a deal if you get him some chickens. So now head to Fred the Farmer in Lumbridge. He'll tell you to speak to Seth Groit the farmer across the river, so head over to his house. Talk to Seth, who will agree to give you some chickens if you get some chicken cages made from Horvik in Varrock. Talk to Horvik, who is not feeling well and will make you the cages if you get his medicine from the apothecary. While the apothecary is passing over the medicine, he will drop the breathing salts and he will need you to make another airtight pot for him to put them in. Head west of Varrock to the barbarian camp and talk to Tassie, who will tell you she has her own problems and will teach you how to make airtight pots if you get the Marfil off her tail. Head down to the Dwarfen mines and follow my route south and west until you reach Hammer Spike and his gang. Talk to him and he will agree to forget about Tassie if you get him an apprenticeship as a druid. Head down to Taverley and speak to Sanfu upstairs in a round building to the south. He will agree to your demands if you make some Gothic Rest tea for the gnome pilot of a White Wolf Mountain and organise a trip for him to Fedip Hills. To make the tea, use a bowl of water on a fire, add the water into a teacup, then add a Highlander, 2 Glams and 1 Marital. Once you've made the tea, head up to White Wolf Mountain and speak to the gnome. Give him the tea and ask him about scheduling a flight to Feldip Hills. He will say he needs some trash from Aram in Catherby. Speak to Aram, who will be happy to help you if you get him a weather report from Fanny the Seer. Go to Sears Village and speak to Fanny, who will agree to give you the weather report if you find Petra, the missing person. Head southwest of Sears Village, past the range guild, to the exclamation mark that marks the cave entrance. Enter the cave and take 2 right turns. Search the sculpture and read what it says. Now head to Wizard Pottery in Argonal. Talk with him about the inscription on the cave and he will tell you to free the girl you need iron oxide, which can be obtained in Port Khazad. While you are here, head west past the silk trader in the direction of the castle, and take a right turn before the chapel to get some chicken cages behind this house. You will need 5. When you arrive at Port Khazad, talk to Tyndall on the dock to the right. He will ask you to get Rance to fill his mattress up with chompy bird feathers. Rance will agree to this if you help the gnome to the far west. Talk to the gnome who needs help getting the lights to work. Search each light for a gem, cut it and place it back into the same light. If you crush a gem, you can always buy another one back from the gnome for 500 GP. Once you've fixed all the lights, talk to the gnome again and head back to Rance. Talk to Rance to get your mattress feathered. Now head back to Port Khazad. Talk to Tyndall, who will give you the iron oxide. Now back to Wizard Pottery in Ardi, who will give you the magic spell. Prepare to fight at level 90 and head north of Ardi back to the cave and enter the room with the statue in it. Cast a magic spell and defeat level 90. Once you defeat it, cast a spell again, talk to Petra, and return to the seer. Ask the seer why you can't get a clear picture, and he will tell you that his weather mechanism is broken. Head upstairs into the east room, and upstairs again. Use your hammer on the weather mechanism to receive the parts. Now head to the anvil adjacent to the house. Use your parts with the anvil while you have the bars in your inventory to restore them. Head back to the seer's house and use the parts on the mechanism to fix it. Talk to the seer again to get the weather report. Now head back down to Aram in Catherby to get the trash. Also take a pot out of your bank. Talk to the gnome glider about the trash and he will agree to transport Sanfu. Talk to Sanfu who will take the dwarf one as an apprentice. You may need some food now as you have to kill 3 level 50 dwarves as Hammer Spike has decided not to become a druid. Once you've killed his men, talk to him again and he'll agree to forget about Tassie. Talk to Tassie who will teach you how to make pot lids. Make a pot lid and head back to the apothecary. Talk to him with the airtight pot in your inventory. Then head back to Horvik with your breathing salts, medicine and pigeon cages. Once he's made your chicken cages, head back to Seth Groats. Talk to Seth who will take your chicken cages and tell you that Jimmy will soon be free. Head back down to the Ham hideout and talk to Johannes. He will agree to release Jimmy. Speak with Aggie, who will agree to be Brian's character witness. Also bring about 5k for the boat ride to Brimhaven. Talk to Brian in the axe shop, who will ask you for another favour, but just say no and get your sharpened axe. After you get the sharpened axe, you want to go talk to the forester again, but my recording stuffed up for that part, so just talk to the forester and get your mahogany, then enter the village and go to the antique shop. When you get back to the antique shop, you want to talk to Yanni Salika, and he will, after quite a bit of dialogue, give you a quest reward.